A new report has claimed that firms need to protect their supply chains better from the threat of climate change. The study from the Committee on Climate Change said that infrastructure and water supplies in the UK need to be improved to safeguard business against the risk of flooding and heat waves in the future. It noted that these weather conditions already cause disruption and financial loss for businesses, but says that the frequency of these instances is likely to increase. One of the areas that is most likely to suffer from an increase in flooding or a shortage of water due to heat waves is in the supply chains within firms that rely on the UK for the sourcing of goods. The report added that businesses cannot afford to have their services disrupted by weather conditions, as it's during this time that customers will look to competitors for goods. It warned not to look at figures on the UK economy as a whole for the effects of climate change, as individual businesses are more likely to be affected more deeply. It found that there are 260,000 business units operating in areas that are susceptible to flooding, and of these, 28,500 are in places where the chance of flood is greater than 1 in 30 every year. What's more, the chances of flooding are set to increase, which means that the number of business units at risk could double during the 2050s. To protect themselves, the report suggests that businesses look at their supply chains as a whole to assess where there may be a risk of disruption. It noted that firms typically only tend to look at their immediate suppliers to assess whether they are at risk, although typically those that are more susceptible to bad weather conditions tend to be further down the chain. This story was brought to you by QBE, the business insurance specialist.